everyone, welcome back. It's Paul here with Minne-Florida Living, and today, actually yesterday, I just picked up this beautiful salmon fillet. It's about 4.5 pounds, so I'm going to smoke some salmon today. This is one of the various salmon recipes that I have, and this is probably the easiest recipe we might show you on the show. The reason being is I'm going to cook this on my electric smoker just to show you how easy it is to cook salmon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 jerky racks, and I'm going to put aluminum foil on them and put the salmon on the aluminum foil. The skin is off this, so that's the reason why I'm cooking it on aluminum foil. So you're first going to want to spray the aluminum foil with some olive oil or some cooking spray so it doesn't stick. Now, if I was cooking this on my Yoder, I'd want the skin on and I would cook the full fillet. However, since I'm doing it on my electric smoker, I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to smoke it in 2 separate pieces. So I'm just going to cut it, just try to get halfway down the center. Now, one thing I want to point out with the salmon is that I already washed this under cold water. I patted it dry and then I checked for any bones. So you want to make sure that you have that taken care of. So you don't get any bones in your eats. That's a nice little fillet there. Throw this down. And I'll put this one right here on this jerky rack. And preparing it on the jerky rack is nice because then you don't need to worry about moving anything around. So I'm just going to fold this over, just put this out of the way. And with this recipe, I'm not going to use any salt and pepper, which is one of my favorite to use. I'm not going to use any lemon pepper. I'm actually just going to use barbecue sauce and brown sugar. And then I'm going to put that on the top of the salmon. I'm going to smoke it for 1.5 hours at about 200 to 225 degrees. And then I'm going to mop it one more time with the barbecue sauce, brown sugar. And I'm going to let it finish for 30 more minutes after that. And then we'll be eating good. So with this sauce, I like to use whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is. One of my favorites is actually from Afton, Minnesota. It's this Wee Willie's original barbecue sauce. And then I use light brown sugar. With this, it really depends on what kind of barbecue sauce you're using for what mixture of brown sugar you use to barbecue sauce. So I usually start with about 1/4 cup of barbecue sauce, and then I'll use a spoonful of brown sugar. And then I'll whisk it together until it gets like a thick syrupy texture, and then I'll give it a taste till it's the way I like it. Like I said, this will vary depending on what barbecue sauce you use, so I'm not going to give you any exact measurements, just keep tasting as you're making it, and then once it tastes the way you like it, run with it. So like I said, I don't really measure anything out. I've done this enough times. I kind of just make the sauce and spoon in the brown sugar. Alright, so this is kind of the consistency you want. I think I said syrup before, but it's almost like a syrupy paste, kind of. So it's a little thicker. So I'm just going to put it on with this. First, I like to just scoop some on, and then I'll brush it in with the brush. You only do one side, by the way. You don't do both sides. It would be too sweet and it would burn to the aluminum foil. This is the perfect salmon recipe for anyone that might be kind of iffy about eating salmon, or if there's anyone in your family who kind of likes fish but they don't fully like salmon. This barbecue sauce really hides the flavor of the fish, but you still taste the salmon, and you still get the nice smokiness, but it's not overly powerful. My daughter and my wife both absolutely love this recipe. It's great to put on crackers. It's great to eat by itself. Sometimes we'll put in a little bit of cream cheese. Make a little spread if we're having some friends and family over. So I'm just going to put a little more on, and then we'll go throw this on the smoker. I am using apple and cherry wood to smoke this. I like to use soft fruit flavors when I'm doing fish. So that's what I'm using today. I'm going to be using some apple and some cherry, and like I said, I'm using wood chips because I'm smoking in my electric smoker. Today is all about convenience, doing some yard work. I want to throw this on and continue working in the garden, get things done. Alright, so we're good. It should have a nice little glaze on it like that, and then we'll be ready to throw it on the smoker. Let's go throw them on. Alright, so we're going to get ready to throw these beautiful fillets on the electric smoker. Like I said, I wanted to do it on here because I know a lot of times we do our cooks on the Yoder Wichita, or we'll do it on the Weber Smoky Mountain. I know not everybody has those. People just getting into smoking, you know, a lot of them have these electric smokers. They're nice, they're convenient. You know, it doesn't put out the same product as it does if I'm doing this on my Yoder, but it's still a great product. So I just want to show everyone that you can still put out good smoked barbecue on an electric smoker. So today I wanted to be able to do some yard work, not have to pay attention to anything. So I'm going to put it in here, and let's see how it's going to turn out. Check back in on this thing in an hour and a half, and that's when we're going to baste it with the rest of the barbecue sauce. Can't wait for you to see how it turns out. Alright everyone, so we are 1 hour into it. I normally would not do this, but since I'm taping it, I want you guys to see what the salmon looks like 1 hour into the cook. This is a big no-no normally for me, is opening the door ahead of time. So there she is. Nice color going. We got moisture in there. Quickly shut that. The wrens are just going crazy right now. I don't know if you can hear that. Alright, we'll be back in a half an hour when we put everything on. Alright, so it's been 90 minutes. We are going to take the salmon out. We are going to put another mopping of the barbecue mixed with some brown sugar sauce on it for the last 30 minutes, just to give that nice little finishing touch. So let's do that really quickly. Final coat should look something like that. "30 more minutes and we'll be eating good." Alright folks, we've hit the 2 hour mark and we are going to pull the salmon out. Let's take a peek, see how it turned out. Ooh, that smell is just amazing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. That is gonna be real good. Look at the color on that. That's what you want right there. I'm gonna bring this inside. I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'll bring her back out for a taste. Let's let her cool down for a couple minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, so here's what they turned out looking like. Look at that nice mahogany color. That is just amazing looking. Alright, let's eat it. Alright everyone, well we got them both done. Salmon 1. Salmon 2, look at that color. You know what the next step is. Gotta give it a little try. Ooh, that is flaky. That is flaky. Get that, look how flaky that is. That is so moist, so tender. Wow. That's unbelievable. It has just a subtle hint of smoke, like I said. You know, when I do it on my Yoder, it's a totally different flavor than this, but this is unbelievable. You would not know that this is store-bought salmon, or the fillet is store-bought in salmon, I should say. And then it's smoked on an electric smoker. This is absolutely wonderful. It's moist, it's tender, you get the tanginess from the barbecue, you get a little bit of the smoke at the after, you know, they got the cherry and the apple, so it's just a subtle smoke. This is absolutely wonderful. What I'm going to do now, other than eat a ton of this, is I usually am going to quarter it up, and then I will vacuum seal it, and I'll put it in the freezer for, you know, when I want to have a nice fillet later on, or if I want to put in some cream cheese, or if I want to put on a cracker. We'll have more salmon recipes for you guys. You know, summer is the time to cook salmon, because I mean, look how beautiful it is out here. You got the birds chirping, you got the salmon, you can be doing yard work while cooking. That's what it's all about. It's a little too early in the day for me to top it off with a beer. I probably won't get my yard work done, so until next time, subscribe and like, please. Thanks for joining.